Hello everybody, so today I am doing a storytime video over something that a lot of y'all have probably heard about. It's something that we all know about, but we get so caught up in our lives and what we're doing, we kind of get distracted. We forget about really basic things such as treating others with respect and being kind. So I wanted to make this video to kind of remind everybody that that is what they should be doing to everybody that is in their lives, because it can really make a positive difference in someone, whether you know it or not. So I'm going to talk about my bullying experience. I don't know, I just think that a lot of people think that I go out a lot and I just have all these friends and all this amazing things are going on in my life all the time. And that can't really be farther from the truth. I've never been popular. You know, when I go out, and a lot of y'all know that I like going out, it's just like with one friend. It's just me and her going out and being crazy. It's not like me and, you know, all the cool kids or anything. So, no, I've never been cool. I never will be cool. In fact, I've been bullied a lot when I was younger. Life was completely good in elementary school, of course, except I remember the first thing anybody ever kind of insulted me with that really stuck with me for my whole life was I was like in 4th grade and me and these 4 girls were just talking, whatever. And I say something out of nowhere. One of the girls goes,
"Shut up, boy talker."
And I'm like, whoa. Okay, first of all, show me shut up. That's not anything you should ever tell anybody to do. 2, she called me a boy talker, meaning that I sounded like I had a boy's voice. And, you know, I consider myself pretty feminine. I don't really want to have a boy's voice. I have this lower natural voice that I use when I'm really, really relaxed. And it's kind of low. So I can kind of understand why she said I had a boy's voice, because I have kind of a lower voice. I mean, I think I do, but I try not to use that voice. I try to use a more peppy, higher pitched voice because I don't want people to think I sound like a man or sound like a boy. And so I only like have that kind of lower voice when I'm around people I'm really comfortable with. Otherwise, everyone gets this voice. And that just goes to show that even a small insult that you give somebody can like affect them for the rest of their lives. That was the first thing anybody ever did, and probably a lot of y'all are like, really, Marika, that's your bullying story? No. That was like the first thing that I remember, and I just wanted to let y'all know that even small remarks last with a person for a long time, especially when you're really young, really impressionable, and don't really have a sense of self yet. I think I was a pretty cute kid when I was younger, but like most people, we get into that weird prepubescent time and we start to look a little funky. 5th grade comes around, 6th grade, I start to look kind of awkward. Like I wasn't an ugly kid, but I definitely just wasn't very like the most beautiful girl in school. I have really curly frizzy hair naturally, even more so back in the day. I had some like extra body weight and it kind of like was around my midsection, so it looked like I did have rolls. I had an overbite, a pretty big overbite and crooked teeth that I have fixed now. So people think, oh my gosh, your teeth are so beautiful, your teeth are so big. Well, the reason my teeth are big is because I had an overbite and they were probably free to like grow to an enormous size. So I had an overbite, curly frizzy hair, rolls. I wasn't allowed to pick my clothing out until I was like 14 years old. So my parents would always buy me, you know, stuff from Ross, you know, like stuff with like Disney characters on it, pink frilly things. Like, it was never cool stuff to own. Coupled with the fact that I was just very awkward looking, it kind of like predisposed me to being kind of an outsider. On top of all of that, I'm just a weird person. I've never fit in a group, like in a big group, pretty much ever, with like the exception of like 2 times in my entire life. I'm lots of things. I don't know, I'm just weird. Like, I say weird things, I'm awkward, I just try to be funny all the time. I don't really take anything seriously. Couple that to the fact that I'm awkward and I dress awkwardly and I have a weird personality. I just did not have a good time in middle school. To start, back in the day, we had MySpace. We didn't have Facebook. And on MySpace, there was this girl who I had never spoken to. And as far as I knew, like, I never was friends or had even seen her. But she would always come to my MySpace, post on my pictures and call me like fat pig, ugly, worthless. She would message me and be like, why do you even show up to school? Do you want to get jumped in lunch? And mind you, I'm like 11 years old. And there's this upperclassman who like wants to jump me in lunch, who's posting on all my pictures that I'm like the ugliest thing to walk the earth, that I'm fat, and all these like farm animals. Every class I sat by myself. At lunch, I sat like next to girls I went to elementary school with, but they would never include me in the conversation. I was kind of just all the way at the end and just ate by myself, but I wanted to sit next to somebody, you know? And I remember this one time, I'm all the way at the end, right? And they like told me, scoot over because one of our friends wants to sit down. And so like, it's not enough that I'm all the way at the end. They want me to move over because they definitely know I'm not with them. Like, oh, it's just so sad. On the bus, of course, I sit all the way at the front, right, and with nobody. There's these the two rows on the bus behind me. So there's like 2 rows here and then 2 rows behind me. These 4 girls are in the aisle and they're talking. And I tell myself, I'm like, you know what, America? The reason you don't have friends is because you don't put yourself out there. So I was like, okay, you know what? I'm gonna turn around towards the aisle and I'm gonna join their conversation. And I'm just gonna be really nice about it. I turn around and I scoot at the end of my seat and I just get into the aisle and all I do is I just smile, you know, like, what's up, I'm America. No, I don't say that. I just smile. And the girls all look at me like this.
Can we help you? What? What do you want?
I basically just slid back into my seat and never did that again. I remember this one girl in my yearbook, you know, everybody got their yearbook sign on the back. And I remember this one girl, she wrote, I know it seems like you have no friends, but I still hope you have a good summer. Like, everybody knew I didn't have friends, and everybody was just okay with that fact. Then there was this girl in, like, all my classes who would literally just tell me to shut up, and that I was ugly, and she would just be a bully to me. There was still that girl on MySpace who was calling me all these farm animal names, and on top of that, my family was just not really, I grew up, so when I was 9, I went to move with my dad and my brothers, and my stepmom. I don't feel like guys know how to be very, like, sensitive, or not my family anyway, and so, like, my dad would just be like, you need to go on a diet, and I'm, like, 11, 12 years old, and then I remember one time I went home, and I was just sleeping on the couch, and I woke up enough to hear my brother, he was like, my older brother, he was like, oh my gosh, it looks like a big fat fungus. And just like everybody called me fat and ugly, like at home and at school, and I had no friends, and the only person who like was really nice to me was my mom, and I only got to see her on the weekends, and she was really busy with work and stuff. So it was just really sad. I was like desperate for friends. I would do anything, and I wasn't in any sports, I wasn't in drama, I wasn't in choir. I had nothing to really bond with anybody over, so maybe that was kind of a reason why. But yes, middle school was really, really, really lonely for me. Oh, by the way, boys were just like, you know how boys are mean to you and they like you? No, boys were mean to me because they wanted me a mile away from them. I had so many crushes, and these guys literally just like didn't know it, didn't care, and if they did think that I may have liked them, they wanted me like a million miles away. I had no love interest, no friends, bullies, people calling me ugly at home, people calling me ugly on the internet, people calling me ugly at school. It was just so bad. But lo and behold, somebody finally hit puberty, and I grew a lot and I lost a lot of weight. I still wasn't, I don't think, extremely pretty or anything, but for whatever reason, despite the fact that I was still the same exact person with the same exact personality, when I got to high school, suddenly I had like friends, and suddenly everybody wanted to hang out with me. I was invited to parties. That has always been such a big realization for me, that just because I lost some weight, now I'm suddenly worth talking to. That always like just put a really bad taste in my mouth, that I was just so alone for so long, and then suddenly everyone was just nice to me. Like, I just think that's so fake. and whatever. I just wanted to end this video with the last time that I was pretty much bullied. I think that there were some mean girls in high school, but I was just so immune to mean things people said to me, or so dead inside. No, immune that if you were mean to me, it didn't even register. Or I don't remember you. But there was this one girl who really put in the time to make sure that she knew the whole world hated me. Anybody who's ever been mean to me is always somebody who like just doesn't know me and I've never spoken to them. And she was no different. We've known each other for forever. We were in the same middle school, but of course no one talked to me in middle school. She didn't either. And I remember one time in middle school she called me really smart. I thought she was nice because she called me smart one time. And that was all you needed to do to make you get on my good side, because that was really rare to get a compliment back in the day. But anyway, I digress. So back to high school. Yeah, for whatever reason, she decided that she hated me. And I didn't know this until like a year afterwards, but she had posted something like,
I don't know why everybody thinks America is so popular. To me, she looks like a freaking crackhead.
People liked it. Her status and commented, ha ha ha, that's so funny. And then her and this guy who I thought that we were nice because we went to the same elementary school, middle school, but apparently he didn't like me either. He and her like commented back and forth saying that I was just ugly, and they posted ugly pictures about me and shared like memories of me that were embarrassing, I guess, and that I was a freak. And like a whole bunch of people like liked the status, so I guess all those people didn't like me either. And of course, again, I don't talk to any of these people, and I don't think that I hurt any of their feelings, because of course you have to talk to someone to hurt their feelings, at least I think, or at least about these people. But no, I didn't. I never associated with the people. They hated me apparently. And they brought up like old pictures of me back when I was in middle school. And they were just like, look what she looks like in this picture. Like, what does middle school me even have to do with the fact that you think I look like a crackhead? Like, I don't understand. So basically, I didn't even know because we weren't friends on Facebook, but half my class just didn't like me and thought I was ugly and looked like a crackhead. Because I guess I have under eye circles and I have frizzy hair. And then I had a boyfriend at the time who was really, really sweet. But he was like 2 inches shorter than me. And he was so nice, and he was not the kind of guy to like talk mess about other people. But she like always said, oh, they're in her midget boyfriend, and I never really entertained her because, like always, we were in the same class. She would never do anything. She would never come up to me or say it to my face. She was just always wanting to do this when I wasn't around. Me and her, we ended up going to the same college. And I just feel like when you go to college and you're around so many other people, you can't really be cool anymore, because there's just so many people, and it's just too unorganized to have a cool crowd. I just thought that she would be different or wouldn't hate me anymore. Like maybe it was in the past. It was just like a phase she was going through. Me and my friend Gloria, we're coming back from a really long night of studying, and we're going to this local coffee shop that's on campus at college. And I noticed she works at the coffee shop. We ordered 2 hot cocos, okay? We didn't say extra whip or more cocoa or we wanted cinnamon powder on top. No, we just ordered 2 hot cocos, and we get it. And I was like, okay, well, she made my hot cocoa. I feel like I like her because we're cool now. She made my hot cocoa. She didn't spit in it, hopefully. So we're walking away, and Gloria tastes hers, and she's like, man, this is good. And I'm like, oh, so I taste mine. I spit it out. It is the most disgusting drink. I think it was some sort of coffee, or it was like bitter. It was so disgusting, whatever she gave me. It was absolutely disgusting. I was so angry. Like, this girl still wants to play games. She still wants to be rude to me, and I don't know why. And so I go back to this coffee shop. I come up to her, and I'm like, I ordered a hot cocoa. I don't know what you gave me, but this is not a hot cocoa. I gave it back to her, and I literally just sat and I watched her with her little apron, her little hat, and with her head down, and I watched her make my hot cocoa. I watched every move because she was not gonna mess it up this time, because I am on a new level of crazy because of all these horrible people that have decided to be rude to me my whole life. I am just immune. I'm just not dead inside, immune. So I'm literally gonna watch you make it. You're not gonna mess up this time. You're gonna give me my hot cocoa and you're gonna make it right. And when I got it back, it was freaking delicious. So thank you so much for that. I mean, I'm really happy you didn't screw it up twice, because that would have been really funny. That was the last time I ever saw her. That's basically, I mean, I was never jumped. I'm sorry if y'all thought I was gonna share a story of me like punching some girl in the face. No, I've never been in a fight. I'm just not somebody who wants to hurt anybody. Like, if I'm ever mean to somebody, and sometimes I am, it haunts me for like the rest of my life. I think about it forever. And being mean is just not who I am. No matter what anybody's done to me in the past, I still know to treat everybody with respect. And whenever I see somebody who like is kind of like out of the loop, I like try to bring them in or try to say hi to them, because I mean, even if they think I'm annoying and I'm being extra, like, what if they think that I'm nice and not, you know, like they're not completely unnoticed in this world? Yeah, basically, just be nice, please, guys. Being rude and, you know, with an attitude and thinking you're, you know, God's gift to the earth is just never a good mentality ever to have. If you are being bullied, I was there. I had no friends, nobody who treated me with any sort of respect when I was younger. And now I'm here, and I'm 22 now, but so it's like 10 years later, but I'm so happy. I feel so blessed in this world. I feel like I found my place in the world, and I know you will too. And you're always welcome to message me, and I will be your friend. If you are a bully, I mean, I don't really know why bullies are bullies, but I think it has something to do with you want to impress your friends, or you feel a certain way about yourself and you kind of want to put it on other people, because everything that we do is a mirror reaction. If I'm being really, really mean to you, it's less about you and more about something that's going on with me. If you're a bully and you need someone to talk to, you can message me. I just think that people are so disconnected, and sometimes you're just stuck in your house, and your house maybe is not the most blossoming place in the world, maybe a little toxic. You don't really have anyone to talk to. You can always talk to me if you want. Or you can just leave comments below, and I'm sure everybody will be really respectful and helpful for you. Because, you know, life is just so difficult already. It's so difficult. And if you could just be one more person in this world who is just kind-hearted, it literally makes such a difference. Thank you so much for watching my video. I will see you guys in my next video, and yeah, bye everyone.